Really good. Okay. Next up, we have California Innovations. And this is what they do, soft-sided insulated totes. And these are something that every person needs. It's an absolute must-have. It's a set of 3 50-can market totes with the biggest capacity that California Innovations offers, 50 cans, 50 pounds each, times 3. That's 150 pounds of sports equipment, 150 pounds of groceries, 150 pounds of dog and cat food. Now, it's a price that goes away at the end of the day, and we sold over 20,000 of these. And if you looked on QVC.com, you would see 54 5-star reviews. It's $12.66 on an Easy Pay, which means each one is $12.66. But they are huge. If purchased separately, by the way, okay, let's put it this way. One of these would be $30.55. You multiply that by 3, $91.65. You're getting them not for $30.55 each, for $12.66 each. It's K89164. I have 2 colorways left for you. Up here, I have it for you in your solids, but we only have 200 remaining, kind of like a minty sagey green, this almost like an aubergine color, and then blue down below. And then we have what we're calling neutrals right here. Again, keeps cold, colder, and longer. And Stacey Stoffer is joining us, bringing us California Innovations, which we had a very interesting meeting about last week, did we not?
Yeah, something very, very special coming up in a couple of weeks, right?
Yes, indeed. I'm just throwing it out there with California Innovations. These are good. These are big.
These are great. Like you said, our biggest capacity being able to hold 50 pounds or 50 cans. These are insulated, so it's going to keep your cold foods, frozen foods, colder, longer. Like going to the big box store right now, because I have 2 teenage boys, Julia, that eat me out of house and home. I have to buy in bulk, right, to save myself money. So between the eggs, the yogurt, the gallons of ice cream, just some of the side dishes, the macaroni and cheese, you know, my orange juice, the huge maple syrup.
That is the biggest maple syrup I've ever seen.
Right. Well, how about this? I'm having to do bulk 3 pounds of ground beef just to make their protein bowls. I ground the beef, add some seasoning, and then some white rice, and I make them their little to go or like lunches for them. But I have to do it in bulk because it saves me so much money. And then 5 pounds. This is just chicken thighs. This is just one haul that I got in this one bag. Could you imagine trying to carry all what's in front of me in something like this, or a brown paper bag that doesn't have any handles?
Impossible. The handles on these are really solid, and a like nice big drop too. So it's comfortable to carry, even if it is filled with 50 pounds of stuff.
Right, and it's the wide open mouth, zipper top. But the beauty of really what sets, I think, California Innovations apart is some of the standard things you get in our bag. So when you open that up, Julia, you'll see that silver lining. That's what's so special. So number 1, that is a leak-proof lining. So you can fill this with ice, and I'll show you that in a moment. Water will not leak out. It's also infused with something called microban. That is a permanent layer of protection that resists the growth of mold, mildew, and bacteria. So should anything spill, maybe it's the raw juices from the raw chicken that I just showed you in my bag. Guess what? All you're going to do is wipe it out. You don't have to worry about any of that bacteria or odor-causing bacteria. It doesn't get stinky and nasty, which is wonderful. Outside of it is water resistant, so great to take on the boat, on your outside adventures, definitely a beach bag, which I'll show you in a minute. Huge slip pocket here in the front to store things like your coupon, your phone, whatever you need. Top handles to carry if you wanted to this way. The long shoulder straps here. And then what's beautiful is this is a perfect example. Now, I filled this with ice 8 this morning, so that's 6 hours ago. I have a 2-liter bottle of soda that I'm taking to the pool. I have my water bottles. Again, you could hold 50 cans in here, but if you're going to fill this half with ice, I'd say about 2 cases or 24 cans. So that's a case, right? Cans are a case of 24. And yes, I do have some water, some ice melting that will happen. But again, it's leak proof. It's not getting onto my countertop or in my car. It's beautiful. And on a hot, hot day like it is today, I'm going to test this. Remember, sitting in the ice now for 6 hours. I'm going to come over here and you'll see me. We're going to open this up. You're going to hear how, number one, refreshing it is. But then I'm going to go ahead and test it to show you that in here we're dropping down. Now, normal refrigerators are about, sorry, I keep getting the glare.
I see it.
About 38 degrees. So we're at 33. So we're
Woo.
almost at the freezing level. So
Chilly.
at the pool, at the beach, at the sporting events, the long tournaments for lacrosse, those drinks are gonna be cold. And it's a stylish bag. They're awesome. You're getting 3 at this price. Kind of crazy.
I know, it is absolutely crazy when they should be over $30 and they're 12 and change right now. These are a must-have. Can I ask, what is this for?
So that is a hook and loop closure that you could actually attach it to your grocery cart. And I think we saw that in the video, right? At the opening of the
like
presentation.
you attach it onto the inside of the
To help
grocery
the bag.
cart.
Yeah.
So you don't, that's so smart.
There you
it
go.
is. That's so brilliant. Okay, I love
Isn't
these
that
solid
perfect?
colors, by the way, because it's not just the ladies who need these bags, everybody, literally everybody who's doing any sort of shopping in any sort of store. I don't know about your state, but Pennsylvania, it's like no plastic bags, no plastic bags, no plastic bags. So everybody needs these. These are the solids. Remember, you're getting all 3 of them, 50 pounds, 50 pounds, 50 pounds. That's a lot of pounds. The solids, you're gonna get this kind of like sagey, eucalyptus-like color green. You're gonna get this kind of like dusty purple, and you're also going to get this blue as well. And then I have one more colorway, and that is called neutrals.
Neutral?
Yes, neutrals.
Yep.
My card, of course, is on the opposite side of the table.
I figured. That's why I didn't want you to torture yourself trying to hunt that
Thank
down.
you kindly. Thank you so much. I found it, but you were by my side the whole time. Those are your
Always,
neutrals, which
Julia.
have these really cool patterns on them. But California Innovations, like, you guys have been doing this since the 80s?
Since 1986. And this is all they do.
Yeah.
Making fashionable, soft-sided, insulated totes and coolers. So think beyond to shopping, and you will use these wherever you shop. It doesn't have to just be for cold items, but also take it and use one of them as your actual pool bag, because you can fit your big tumbler of cold water, your hat, your flip-flops, some snacks. And then I have 4 beach towels, and they're not the little itty bitty towels. These are the big towels for my big teenage boys. 4 of those in here. I've got my sunglasses in the slip pocket. I've got, of course, my sunscreen, and then my book and another pair of sunglasses. The beautiful thing, again, is because this is a leak-proof lining, that all you would have to do is rinse it out with water and a cloth.
Right.
If you get sand in here, hose out the inside, right? Dump the water, let it air dry. Even if you zip this before it was completely air dried, and let me zipper that. When you go to open it back up, say a week later when you go back to the pool, it's not going to smell musty or dirty because that microban is on the inside preventing that growth of the bacteria. So just a great design. So
That's
much
a
better
smart
than I think
move.
that
Now I'm
what
thinking
you get
about-
at the checkout.
I'm
Yeah.
totally thinking about my pool days at my apartment complex, because like I have to take elevators and walk through a lobby and into a courtyard. And if I forget something or I don't have enough room, I don't want to be going back up and down and up and down. And if I want to bring perhaps a bottle of rosé to share with my friends, it'll stay cooler longer in here as well. So aren't I so nice? Sometimes.
You are.
It's K89164. This price goes away at the end of the day today. And if you look at QVC.com, you're going to see 54 5-star reviews. Now, of this particular set, we sold over 20,000 sets because they're a must-have. We started off with, I think, 8 different colors, and now we just have the 2 left, but the price goes away. It's $12.66 each instead of what it should be, which is $30.55 each. So if you sort of reverse that, $30.55 times 3 would be $91.65. That's what it should be if you would purchase this separately. Our price is $37.98. Doesn't that sound a lot better for something that you will use all of the time? And seasonless at the same time. $12.66 on an easy pay. These are your solids that you see right here, the green, the purple, and the blue. And there's also the neutrals on QVC.com that we'll show you right now. It's K89164. Okay, so since we're keeping cooler longer with our bags.